Yo guys, welcome back to BK Garden Route, and today I'm going to take you on a tour of the nursery just to show you sort of where we've come from and where we are currently. And someone's actually asked me to do this, so I thought, hey, today's a very beautiful day. We've had some rain 2 days ago, and we're dead in the middle of winter, literally in the middle of winter, and I just thought, hey, let's take a walk around. Come have a look with me. See where we've started. I'll show you some footage of where we began, and then and where we are now. So yeah, cool. Let's go. Right. Okay. So here we are. I'm gonna show you the first part. Where it all began, like where I started cleaning out and clearing everything, and I'll show you some of the old footage, and then I'll show you where we are right now. So let's go with some of the old footage first. So if you remember, this here was the area before that you just saw. This is what it looks like now, and then to the right, if I pan to the right, we've got two shade houses down that side. But let's first start at the beginning. Let's go inside. Okay, so in this house we have got all of our young plants. So everything that we're germinating, making cuttings of, growing, so sort of propagation, and then all the newcomers as well. So there's some little miniatures and some freesias, and then a lot of new bromeliads that have just been put in. They will be weeded out. As time goes on, they'll be weeded out. Yeah, I'm not going to go through any of the plants' names and all of that sort of thing, because the episode will just take forever. But there are heliumphoras, there are some carnivorous plants, there are some air plants, ferns, epiphytic ferns, ground-growing ferns, anthuriums and other arrowheads. And yeah, and then we've got in some indigenous trees, and we've got some of our air plants, some flowering plants, and then a bit of a mess because having a nursery, I just can't seem to manage to keep everything tidy. And yeah, so we'll go around. So Acmea Correa Urujoy, some flowering bulburgias. And some more flowering bulburgias up there. That's the common windy eye. Or let's not go with common, let's say popular. Okay, and some stuff over there. That is called Pitcairnia, and then some freesia, very beautiful. Let's take a look at that one. Big beauty. And then here we've got more young seedlings. Freesias in flower, kiwi sunset, carinata, and some more seedlings. And then we've also got some cuttings. And yeah, just it's a bit packed in here. It's like way too many plants in here. If you think about the fact that we started and there was virtually nothing in here, literally, not virtually, there was absolutely nothing in here. Now it's absolutely packed to the brim. So yeah, and then there's some anthuriums which are busy setting seed right now. So let's go outside, okay, and show you what the outside looks like. Okay, let's do that. If you remember, this was actually part of the larger old shade house, which was a bit dilapidated and everything else, and we rebuilt the entire thing. So now we've got a big, beautiful shade house with lots of different kinds of plants in here. Okay, let me just do a walk around. So we've got alcantarias, and then I'm not going to go through all of them again. There are palms, alcantarias, pineapples, different varieties of bromeliads, philodendrons, orchids, it's just heliconias, carnivorous plants, ferns. Carnivorous plants are sleeping right now. And then we've got sugarcane as well. These are all the carnivores. Right. More carnivores. More carnivores. And that is pretty much the house. And that's Jocelyn doing like her... She just laughs. It's so funny. She's like giggles. And then after I stop filming, she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" Okay, let's go to the next house. Let's go this way first. Okay, so here you'll remember this was all a field. There was nothing here. So that's papayas, bananas, loads of bananas, palm trees, different types of bromeliads, puyas, cacti and succulents. Need quite a bit of maintenance. And these are some indigenous trees that we planted, which are now starting to do really well. They're old enough to actually put epiphytes onto them. Right, like here we've got the episode I did on the staghorn fern. So you can see how nicely the staghorn fern is actually doing. So if you want to know how I did that, check out the episode on mounting a staghorn fern. That's the one. Here's the other little one, which is also doing quite well. And then there's a third one with some with some orchids down there as well. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go around into the sunlight. And over here we have some bamboo, which is now risen out. It's got that beautiful big shoot over there. And that's what it looks like if you're looking back at the nursery. Okay, so let's move along. Here we've got our granadilla vine, which is going through its winter slump right now. It's not doing too well. It's not doing really crappy either. Still dropping a few granadillas every now and then, but I think it's waiting for warmer weather. Very nice windbreak. Pomegranates, more bananas, some more puya type bromeliads, puyas and acanthostachys and whatnot. And then over here you can now see that what we've aimed to do is actually we aim to integrate indigenous trees with fruit trees. So a lot more still needs to be done. There are some sleeping trees like the almond, which is sort of just starting to bud now. Same with the peach and the nectarine. The orange is tiny, but it's still going. It is grafted, so it does give us oranges. Yeah, then we've got trellis for the dragon fruit. So there's one there, one on this end, and one on that end there. And then I've got another one which we need to put in the middle. Okay, so that's quite sturdy. Looks a bit rickety, but it's not. And then through the bananas, and yeah, there's still some bananas up there. If you look on that, there's still some Williams bananas up there. Pity they flowered during winter, so they didn't develop too well, or at the end of summer. We did another dressing of bark, of wood chips and things over the soil to help, since we're sitting on a dune, we need to just develop the soil. But there are some really beautiful little flowering plants up here. And then this is the Cape Ash that we also planted. That's the golf course in the background, and then that's one of the other pathways. So, alright, lychees, kumquats. Ooh, there might be some kumquats that are ready to eat. Let's check. Almost. Maybe another week. Let's give it another week. These are Vigilia oboides, which is the Cape lilac. Okay, so let's go to the other side. Let's go have a look at the courtyard. So if you remember, this was the cutting, right? This was the cutting that was cutting of a fig, a truncheon at least, of a fig that we did. I did this on a Sunday afternoon in 30 degrees heat, and people thought I was crazy. Look at it now. It is actually a fully grown tree, and it will need some trimming now, just to make sure that it doesn't go absolutely crazy. We've got a Dombea, rotundifolia, and then in the courtyard, this is the courtyard now, we've built a rabbit hutch, and there are some rabbits in there. And we're redoing the courtyard right now. So this is the courtyard. The pond, we're emptying the pond out, and we're going to redo the pond. I need to wait for this alcantara to finish flowering because it's just beginning to bloom now. It's a bit annoying. That one's also already in flower, so kind of progress is being halted. We've peeled back all the bark. You can see I've actually peeled back the bark so we can undo the pond, and then we're going to change the direction of the pond and actually make it sort of, I don't know, longitudinal, sort of like that, in keeping with the two shade houses. So that's the one that we've just come from, that's the one that we're going to, and behind me is the that is the rabbit hutch, which will also double as an aviary soon. Okay, so yeah, and then we're gonna have an opening over here as well. That is what it looks like on the other side of the... There goes Joss. On the other side of the courtyard. Okay, let's go into the other tree shade house. That's what I call it. So here we've got just a mix of different things. So there are protea cuttings which we're working on as well, right here. So some of them are doing well, others not too well, but we're going to redo quite a bit of them. Trial and error. Haven't worked with proteas in a good long time. And what else? Some indigenous trees. Cape chestnuts that have just germinated. So forgive, the chaos and the way things look, because obviously we're literally in the middle of winter right now. Literally middle of winter. And COVID-19 and yada yada yada. Excuses, eh? Stones. Yeah, and then this is the medicinal garden. So you can see the medicinal garden also needs quite a bit of maintenance. Needs a good tuck in, but it's really doing a lot better than it was when we first started it. And then these 4 poles you see is the next shade house, the makings of the next shade house. Right. Over here, if I go down here, this is our little cactus succulent / garden. Okay, so there you can see just what everything looks like together. It's the little tire garden that we just filmed. And then this is our sleeping vegetable. We're about to redo all of this. I've been a bit lazy with the vegetables, to be honest, and food crops and things because of these guys. So if I just come down here, I'll show you that this here, these are bushbuckspore. So could be bushbuckspore actually. I'm not 100% sure. I don't remember anymore. I think it might actually be its daker, which is solitary antelope, because bushbuck generally travel in groups. They do move on their own, but and this is a bit small, so I'm assuming this must be a daker. Bushbuck is quite big. Yeah. Okay. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Then we took this tree here and we just sort of opened up an island around it and started populating it with excess plants. And we also put some epiphytes and things on the trees. Okay. 2 cacti was a bit of a... Didn't know where to plant them, didn't have the time or the space, so I just put them in. But they're doing okay. Just kept them separate from the rest of the guys. And then here is sort of a full view of everything. So we started over in that corner, then we moved over to the next house, then we came down into this section over here, and then we went back up to the courtyard where the rabbit hutch is, and then we moved in through that shade house there. We came out, medicinal gardens over there, and we went round that side, and then we went to the little island over there, that we cleared around the tree, and then the section over here, and we're back here. Okay, cool. So that is it. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for coming on this journey with us. Continue on this journey with us, and if you like what you see, let us know. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, share, like, all of that good YouTube stuff. But really, if you want to know something or you have something to share, shout. Cool. Have a good one. Bye for now.